encourage, they will train us. So there are many international organizations working in the library information science field. So in the same way, they are helping mutually among countries of the world for the development of latest technology and to learn more what the things are going in present day by conducting seminars, conferences, workshops, all those things, and they will play an advisory role to impart technical assistance held in national and international conferences. They will advisory as to government. What are the things to be do? So these are all organizations. So first international organization is the biggest organization, UNESCO, United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO. It's an organ of United Nations. So what it will do? It is established on 4th November 1946. It always supported for the development of public libraries throughout the world. It supports by giving training programs, conducting seminars, exchanging ideas, and setting model pilot libraries, pilot projects in different countries, especially in third world countries. So UNESCO is playing an important role for the development of public libraries. They are focusing more on public libraries, even they are concentrating on university, special and national libraries also. So its objective is to the world peace, security and international understanding by providing educational science and culture among the nations of world libraries. And its organization structure is, it has a present 195 members and 1 associate member. It has got 195 members presently in UNESCO. Okay. And its headquarters are located in Paris. The organization consists of General Conference, Executive Board, and Secretarial cooperating bodies and regional offices. These are all the organization structure. With this organization structure, they will function throughout the world. Okay. And establishment of public libraries and national libraries. What they did, they are supporting and developing public libraries throughout the world. In the same way, they are supported for establishing public libraries in third world. Like if you take the example of NU, Nigeria, they were set up in NU, Nigeria, Modela, Colombia, New Delhi, India. The New Delhi Public Library is set up by UNESCO. It was the pilot project. It was set up in the year 1960, and then Prime Minister Pandit Jawaharlal was inaugurated this public library for open to all for public. So public libraries should relate to information, literary, education, and culture, which should be at the core public library services. The services are creating and strengthening reading habits in children at an early age. What public libraries and other libraries will do, especially public libraries, it create and strengthening reading habits. When child goes to school, if they make an habit to go to library, definitely after growing, becoming adult, definitely will used to go to libraries. So whenever we encourage the child at the early age, he will definitely habituated to go to the library. This is one of the goals. And supporting both individual and self-conduct education as well as formal education at all levels. It supports both individual and self-conducting education. To go to library, libraries will support with knowledge, books, documents. With that, by reading all those documents, books, we get knowledge, and it will encourage and it will educate the general public in the society, providing opportunities for personal creative development. Whenever we go to library, we learn many things. We'll go for not only for subject books, we will read other related books also, general books also. In that way, by reading all those things, we can get some idea for creativities. So we can create new things by attending these libraries, reading the books, and promoting awareness of culture heritage, appreciation of art, scientific and achievements and innovations. If we go to the library, it will give awareness. What is our cultural heritage? What are the books? Unless we read any book and we heard something from outside, we heard some news, we do not know what is going on, what is our cultural heritage, what are the things that are going in society. Whenever we go to the library, we can read many books. With that, we can get some awareness. Providing access to culture, expression of all performing arts, fostering intercultural dialogue and favoring cultural diversity, supporting the oral traditions. It supports oral traditions also. Why? If instead of reading the book, if we can hear any lecture, any oral words, we can remember for more days. So library will encourage for oral tradition also, especially public libraries. Ensuring access for citizens to all sets of community information. Ensuring access for citizens. There is no discrimination, as we are already learned about this discrimination. We are allowing each and every person in the society. So by that way, we can disseminate the information to the society, providing adequate information service to local enterprise associations and interest groups. And at the same time, public libraries are providing adequate information to their interest groups, associations, enterprises. So nowadays, this entrepreneurship is developing subject. Whenever any person wants to start any new project, to set up any entrepreneurship, he has to prepare a project and collect all the information data from different sources, to go for loans, to know the technical knowledge, all those things. For that reason, the only way they have to go to the library and read, review, take the examples of other projects and prepare their own. By that way, we are encouraging. And at the same time, some interested groups like any subject persons, those who come together, discuss, and they will develop in the subject matter by reading these books in the public libraries. Facilitating development of information and computer literacy skill. And at the same time, they are facilitating the development of computer skills. Nowadays, in every library, their automation work has already been done. So how to operate the computer, how to get the information, how to search the book, how to retrieve the book. For all those things, they are giving some basic information to the readers. Okay. Then it is supporting university libraries also. The UNESCO also encouraged the development of university libraries and educational information service through its various activities involving and conducting seminars. They're conducting many seminars for the development of university libraries. And they are providing grants also. They are providing grants for the development of library collection, furniture, fittings, and for going automation, for anything, for purchasing software, for all the developments, the UNESCO is supporting by way of giving grants. And technical know-how and publications. So if any new software is coming in the market for the support of libraries, they are giving technical support also, how to operate the software. For all those things, they are giving support. Regional seminar on development university libraries in Latin America held at Mendoza in Argentina in the year 1962. And they are conducting many seminars and conferences for the development of libraries. In the field of university libraries also, they were conducted many seminars and conferences. And they are supporting national libraries also. UNESCO is supporting national libraries. And it established national developing countries such as Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and provided financial and technical assistance also. As we said, like third world countries, they are supporting to set up national libraries in each and every country. And they are giving financial grants, technical support, and exchange of ideas. In different ways, they are helping for the development of the national libraries. In the same way, they are set up, they are supporting RRL, Raja Raman Foundation Library in India also. Then, what they are doing? Digital heritage. Nowadays, all the documents are providing in digital format. So for that, what are the documents? Presently, what they are doing, every publisher is publishing their publications in print as well as in digital form. But there are certain norms. We cannot buy like print publications for the digital. For digital, there are separate copyright rules are there, norms are there. So for which we have to go through the legal aspects. At the same time, the digital formats which are publishing nowadays, that is current trend. Previously, the documents which are having in print form, for that also they are trying to make it digitization and providing for public access. Resource of human knowledge or experience, whether cultural, educational, or scientific, and administrative, or embracing technical, legal, medical, and other kinds of information. In these fields, information is developing in each and every field. For all those fields, they are converting the documents from analog to digital. For that, the UNESCO is supporting. And information processing tools. For information, we need some processing tools. Like if we take the example of in every library, there is a processing section is there. Processing section like ordering, processing. When we buy any book, we will give a number, stock number, that is actioning. Afterwards, we will send to technical section. They will process the book by way of classifying the book, giving number, classification number, and cataloging. And they will then send to stack room or reference section, textbook, whatever it will be, wherever it is necessary. That will be book will be available for the access of readers. So for that, we are manually doing all the processing. What UNESCO has done, they are supporting automated softwares. They developed CDS ISS, Computer Database System, integrated set of information system. that was developed and supplied throughout the world. That software has been supplied to our India also through NISSAT. Through NISSAT, we are getting through, all universities are getting through InflibNet. NISSAT is supplying to InflibNet, Information Library Network. Information Library Network is supplied to all the universities, Indian universities. And they are conducting training programs, how to operate, how to install that software, and how to automate. For all those things, they are supported, and presently each and every lab, almost all libraries in India have been automated. So they are giving processing technical support to libraries. And UNESCO publications. UNESCO publications are also very important. You may ask question in the exams, what are the publications of UNESCO? So you have to explain like this. There are 6 publications. One is Copyright Bulletin. One is Copyright Bulletin, Culture and Development, UNESCO Courier, World Heritage Review, International Journal of Sciences, International Review of Education. These are all the journals published by UNESCO. These are all the publications of UNESCO. Okay, this is about UNESCO. And IFLA, International Federation of Library Associations and Institutions. IFLA. It is the acronym of IFLA, International Federation of Library Associations and Institutions. This association was founded in Edinburgh in the year 1927. First, the name of this association was the International Library and Bibliographical Committee. The name was International Library and Bibliographical Committee. Then again, it later changed its name as International Federation of Library Association. International Federation of Library Association in Rome. In 1929, that name was changed in 1929. First it was 27, then afterward, the second name was given International Federation of Library Association in 1929, and the headquarters were at Rome. Again, the name was changed. The present name was adopted in 1976. That is International Federation of Library Association and Institutions. They added and institutions. But the acronym is IFLA, IFLA only. But lastly it added as institutions. The objective of IFLA is promote international understanding and cooperation in the field of librarianship and bibliography. What its objective, the main object of IFLA is to developing the librarianship. What are the problems facing by the librarians to maintain the library, to organize a library, to manage a library? So they will support, they will encourage, they will give guidance, ideas, how to organize, manage the libraries, and preparation of bibliographies. This ISB is International Standard Bibliography Description. These standards are followed by throughout the world. There's the standards. What are they? First, what should be entered first? What is the main entry? If you take the catalog card, you have to mention details of book, seminar proceedings, conference proceeding, seminar volumes, whatever it will be. You have to prove each and every documents are available in our library. For that, we are giving some class call number. And at the same time, that call number is to be written in catalog. That catalog is arranged in cabinets. Any reader comes to the catalog and search for his required book. He has to go through according to title, author, subject. So what they are doing, they are giving how to prepare this catalog card. What are the elements should be there in the card? First, second, third, the priority any reader comes any reader to our library. What he will ask first? He will ask whether the title book Introduction to Computers is available in your library or not. By author Avant Krishna Kumar book. Whether this book is available in your library or not. So likewise, with subject, with title, in different ways. So they are given three major important, considered three major things: author, subject, and titles. Keeping in this view, they are prepared ISBD standards. So this was developed by IFLA. And an organizational structure. What is the organizational structure? It was adopted Quebec City, Canada in August 2008. The IFLA shall consist of governing body. In every organization and association, there will be a governing body, executive council, council of members. These are all the committees, setups. They play a main role for running this organization. So these are all what they will do. The commissioning president, elected members, and co-opted members. The governing body board is charged with responsibility and approve the rules and procedures. What are the rules should be there? Procedures, how to proceed. What is the legal aspects? All those things keeping in mind, they will discuss in the general body meeting. Regularly they met, discuss, and pass the rules for the setup of libraries. Then the committee on copyright. There is a committee also. In IFLA, there is a committee. What committee? Copyright committee. It will protect. Like in copyright, we already learned that the copyright will protect the interest of the author. So in the same way, what it protect? Economic and legal barriers to the acquisition and use of library resources and effective library services. Economic and legal barriers. If any author stated that this book should not be put in library or supply in the market, what are the conditions? All those conditions must be read by before going for purchasing of those books, especially for digital documents. For them, we have to clear cut. We should take the approval of all the legal aspects, then only we will put it in our library. And the subscription and license agreement. There may be some conditions how to subscribe. If a book or journal, any article published in one country and other one country wants to subscribe it, for that we need this legal barriers. To overcome this legal barriers, we have to go with 10 license agreements in both countries, in both libraries, both libraries and publishers. Then only we make some agreement based on that conditions, laid down on conditions, we have to subscribe those journals. Legal issues relevant to border access to knowledge, in particular online. See, if the publisher wants to keep it in online, sell his product, journals through online, for that we must go through legal clearance. And they will give certain extent, they will give access to only for 10 members, 100 members. Likewise, they will increase their rate of subscription. So before going that, all those things, we have to take legal opinions and legal barriers. After clearing all those things, we should go for subscription. A wide range of other legal matters, international significance to libraries and librarianship. And in other legal matters also, what the international matters will be there, whether we can purchase, whether we can sell. For all those things, we have to look into this legal aspects. Then Committee on Free Access to Information and Freedom Expression. Free access. So what we are doing, according to Ranganathan and many librarians during the ancient period, there were no free access. Nowadays, the information is free for all. In that way, what we are doing, what IFLA is doing, they are encouraging free access of library documents open to all for public, especially online. What are the public reports? Participation in national international conference and organizational workshop. He works to protect intellectual freedom and freedom of expression. The work includes what the freedom of expression, intellectual protection. First one is published reports, participate in national and international conferences and organize workshop. There should be a freedom. There should be a freedom for the authors and any writer who has art content. They should publish their reports. And they can attend national, international conference, seminars and workshop. Those reports, articles, papers should be made available, open to all. Then monitor the state of intellectual freedom within library community worldwide and publish newsletter and online news. What are the documents published? So, persons by way of publishing articles, attending conferences, seminars, published papers. All those should be available to the general public through online, freely, without any barrier. Respond to violation of free access to information and freedom of expression and make press release. Respond to violation. If anybody violates the rules, that care should be taken by the IFLA. They will look after whether the freedom is violating by any person. They will involve and settle the matter. They will take care of all the violations. They encourage the freedom of expression and make press release. Support IFLA policies development and cooperative other international human rights organizations. It supports and cooperates and other international human rights organizations also. Then preservation and conservation. It's a core activity of preservation and conservation. In every library, from the beginning, what they are doing, they are giving more importance for preservation. Why? Because the documents are preserved and conserved, it will be used for future generation. Or else, they may not be knowing what happened in the past. They do not know the history before 5000 BC. From 5000 BC only, we are having some recorded documents. Recorded documents. By that way, we are knowing our history, culture, heritage. All those things. In the same way, if we preserve the conserve the documents, it will be useful for future generation. They are giving more importance to preservation and conservation. Not only this, especially for digital formats. What they are doing, they are taking the copies of retrospective things. To take the examples of any thesis dissertations. Now, presently, government and implement is encouraging to submit their thesis in hard copy. print along with print copy, they are asking for hard copy also. They are putting it in Shotganga. How about other cases which were published before implementing this scheme? So for that also, they are supporting the libraries for going digitization of retrospective thesis and dissertations. So why they are doing all those things? Because they wanted to preserve for the use of future generation. Then IFLA Unimark. What they did, IFLA is doing, they have developed ISBDs, International Standard Bibliography System. While making any catalog card, they are preparing catalog card physically. For that, we have certain rules and regulations. In the same way, machine readable, MARC is machine readable catalog. From machine catalog, we can search the document. So for that, they developed a machine readable catalog by giving tag numbers. Okay, they are giving tags. By the tags, they developed a program and the document which are available in the library that will be entered in the MARC. MARC is having some tags, 100, 200, 300, likewise tags. 100 is the author, 200 is title, likewise they enter in the tag and that will show that is internationally accepted. Okay, that is one thing. And divisions and sections. There are different divisions and sections in IFLA to look after different works. Each and every section deals with some specialized work. Some of them are general research library. General research library. The libraries which are involved in research, like university libraries. If you take the example of university libraries, what university? Imparting the education to the community, to the student, to the society. So whereas we are passing through all the way from school education to college to degree to the university level. When we reach the university, the main aim of university is to conduct research. The aim is to research and get some output from the research, and that should be published and that will be implemented. It will be useful for society. So there is a general research libraries that are encouraging. Libraries serving the general public. Libraries which are serving for general public, like public libraries. Then special libraries. Special libraries like in every field, like R&D organizations, then research organizations, then commerce and industries. Any field, specialized field, the special libraries for them also they are supporting. And bibliographic control. Bibliographic control, what they are doing, what are the publications publishing in the world. Actually, according to, in India, according to delivery of books that we are depositing, sending 7 copies to each designated libraries. With that, what are the publications that are published in our country that can come to know what are they, and they will prepare some list of books, list of publications. But to control all those things, the separate division is there for bibliography. Management and technology, education and research, then regional activities. These are all the different divisions of sections of IFLA. And IFLA also publishing journals, articles, all those things, and magazines, all those things. Some of them are IFLA journal, and IFLA annual, IFLA trends, IFLA medium-term program, IFLA strategies and rules of procedures, divisional and secretarial newsletters. These are all the publications of IFLA. This is about IFLA. Then International Federation for Information and Documentation, FID. This is another organization. First one is UNESCO. First one is UNESCO. Next is IFLA. Then FID. These are all international organizations. And national organizations are there in each and every country. Likewise, RRLF is our India's organization. FID is International Federation of Information and Documentation, was founded in 1895. 1895 by Paul Outlet and Henry Fontaine. These are all the two persons behind set up in this organization in the year 1895. And it was set up in Belgium. This organization was known International Federation for Documentation. Previously, the name was International Federation for Documentation, FID, International Federation for Documentation. From 1938 to 1985, the name was International Federation Documentation. Since 1986, this organization is known as International Federation for Information and Documentation. International Federation for Information and Documentation. The information word is adding. When? From 1986. But the acronym is same, FID. Like IFLA, institutions, they are added institutions. Here they are added information. Because of the changing world, changing developments, all those things, they are added this word in the organization. And this organization's beginning was interested with maintenance and development of Universal Decimal Classification, UDC. So by going all the way, if you attended the class of classification, you might be knowing what are the schemes are there. So if we take the example of colon classification, CC. CC was developed by Dr. S.R. Ranganathan. And DDC, David Decimal Classification, was developed by Melville David. Likewise, there are many classification schemes. These classification schemes are used to classify, to give a number to any document, any book, any title. By giving, the number is nothing but a giving an address tag. So there are certain rules are there. For each and every scheme, there must be there having their own rules and regulations. And it should be continuously developed. And continuously develop their numbers. The only major scheme followed by the world is DDC, David Decimal Classification. Still it is existing. CC colon classification was 1963 was 6th edition. Afterwards 7th edition published, and that was not worked out. Afterwards that was stopped. Further, there is no CC edition. There is no CC edition existing now presently. But up to 6th edition, it was there. Some Madras University libraries following the scheme of CC, colon classification. In the same way, UDC, Universal Decimal Classification. This classification is scheme developed by FID. And it's a combination. It's a combination of CC and DDC. Just for example, what I'm saying is, in CC, they used all alphabets, A, B, C, D for the subjects. And David classification, the decimal classification scheme, they are using 0 to 9 Arabic. Whereas in CC, Indo-Arabic numerals are also there, alphabets also there. By clubbing together, by using some special symbols like is equal to, plus, star, all those things are used in UDC system. So that system has been developed by UDC for classifying the books. Okay? And the Dr. S.R. Ranganathan contribution to the development of FID is quite noteworthy. He worked on committees for general theory of classification research He was also involved while preparing this scheme, Dr. S.R. Rangan. This is about FID. Then objectives. And that objectives were to promote and support the public library movement in the country by providing adequate library services and by popularizing reading habits, particularly in rural areas. What the FID is doing, it is supporting, giving adequate library materials, especially to the rural people. Encourage the rural people to read, to bring reading habits in rural and village people. It supports and promote library movement in the country. Some of the significant objectives of this FID is promote library movement in the country. So whenever the library movement started, the concentration of the general public will be focused on that movement. What the things are going, why this movement is going on. In that way, everyone will join hands and they will support. In that way, they are supporting this library movements in each and every country. And indicate a national library policy and to help build up national library system. They will support national library policy. And they will support to build up a national library in a country. Provide financial and technical assistance to libraries. They will provide finances as well as technical support. Like whenever any new things come in the library field, that will be supported by this FID. If we ask the FID to come and train us, or they will ask us to come there for 1 month, 2 months, they will conduct some programs regularly. By attending those programs, the person, those who are working, those who are having traditional knowledge, they will convert their current knowledge by attending those training workshop programs. Library. And provide financial assistance to organizations, regional or international, engaged in promotion of library development. And they will provide the organizations also, regional or national, not only national library. They are supporting for lower level libraries like in regional organizations also. They are supporting and encouraging. Promote research in problem of library development. If anybody faces any problems while research in library information science, they will support. For example, I have taken any topic, new topic for my research. For that topic, I am unable to go forward because I am unable to get all the information related to my topic. So if I ask the FID for our national libraries, definitely they will provide information. They will search all the information here and there. They will collect information to give to us. These organizations are all those things like a clearing houses. They are mediators. When the query comes from the person reader, they will collect the information, process, and give it to the in a required manner. Advise the government all matters pertaining to library development in the country. And it advises to the government what will the future of libraries, how to develop, how to maintain, what are the new things to be added in the library, what is the financial position of the libraries. See, every year the rate of books, print material, or hard form, everything is increasing. For that reason, we need some more funds every year. So for that, all things we are asking, we are advising the government for supporting libraries. These are all the things. Okay. This is about FID. Then Raja Ram Mohan Roy Library Foundation, RRLF. RRLF is the organization. It is the organization set up in India. RRLF, Raja Ram Mohan Roy Library Foundation. This was set up in May 1972 as a part of bicentenary birth celebration of the Raja Ram Mohan Roy, and an autonomous organization under the Ministry of Culture. It is the autonomous body and it is under the Ministry of Culture. Ministry of Culture is looking after the running of RRLF. RRLF is mainly concentrating on public libraries. They're supporting by providing grants like matching grants, non-matching grants. And they will supporting for the development of small libraries, especially rural libraries, conducting adult education programs. For all those things, these are supporting. Okay. So here also, what they are doing, they are promote library movement in the country like other organizations. They are conducting. And the schemes of RRLF are in two types: matching and non-matching schemes. Matching schemes means whenever we put a proposal to RRLF to sanction some amount for setting a new library or for the assistance of for purchasing library material, furniture, fittings, staff, and conducting any programs, development of books. For all those things, we are asked to the RRLF. What RRLF will do? According to our requirement, they will issue, as per their rules, orders stating that the RRLF will sanction matching grant. Matching grant is nothing but if the RRL sanction 1 lakh rupees to a particular library to a particular state, that state government should also contribute 1 lakh. That is matching. 1 lakh released by RRLF and another 1 lakh will be released by state government. That is matching it. Both together, 2 lakhs will be there. But the 2 lakhs will be utilized for the development of libraries. Whereas non-matching grant, it is one-time grant. One-time grant, what RRLF will do? They will sanction at one time, like construction of building, then purchase of audiovisual materials, TV sets, computers. After purchasing all those things, we need to maintain them only. Again, we need not go for a purchase. That is one time. For that one-time purchasing, they are giving non-matching grants. For recurring expenses, they are releasing this matching grants. So what they are doing? Assistance towards building up adequate stock of books. To develop our books, for purchase of books, ticket books, RRLF is supporting. Assistance towards storage of books. Storage of books also one of the important aspects. When we buy the books to the library, we should arrange them in our library. For that, we need some racks, furniture, maintain them. For that also, not only books, for preserve those books, to keep those books, they are giving assistance for storage also. Assistance towards conducting seminars, workshop, book exhibitions, etc. Whenever any library wants to conduct any seminars, conferences, workshops, why the seminars and conferences are conducted? For the development of libraries and library personnel. Because every day the world is moving fastly towards the latest technology. And the persons, those who are working in the libraries, having their old knowledge. For them, we need to train to cope up with the latest technology. For that reason, regularly organizations, associations are conducting these seminars, conferences, and workshops. In that workshop, they are giving some hands-on training to work to manage library material. Assistant to State Council and district libraries to acquire TV cum VCR sets and cassettes for educational purposes. What they are doing, they are assisting to purchase TV cum VCR sets also for educational purpose only, not for other purpose. For educational purpose only, and it is used for each and everyone in the society, for public, and it is free for access. For all those things, they are supporting. And assisting to libraries below the district level and increase accommodations. Non-matching schemes. Non-matching schemes are operated fully from foundation funds. They include what they include for constructing a new library building. Non-matching funds are sanctioned. And assistant to state, central, and district libraries towards supply of books through central selection. What they are doing in each state, when they are giving you funds to purchase to develop a book collection, they are giving centrally. For example of our state central library, the book selection will be made by different subject experts. All the books published, they will give samples to the libraries to purchase their copies. Persons, experts will come and sit, they select the books. They will purchase centrally. After purchasing at one place, they will distribute to each and every, like district, village, town. All libraries will be supplied from the central library. So for that, this foundation is supporting financially. And financial assistant were voluntary organizations working in the field of public libraries. Voluntary organizations also. NGOs also set up in the libraries. They are collecting funds from different ways, sometimes their own funds. Some interested people will be run their libraries with their own expenses also. First, those libraries for such people, this RRLF is supporting financially. Assistant to central sponsored libraries and assisting the sponsored libraries. Those we are sponsored by central government. For those libraries also, this RRLF supporting. Assistance to children's sections of general public library. See, children's section is also very important, very much important. What other organizations UNESCO saying? If you encourage the children to go library from their childhood, they will be habituated to go library. After becoming an adult also, they will be going to the library for regular reading. So in the same way, this RRLF are also encouraging to maintain children libraries in public libraries. In our library, state central library, what they will do in children's library, what will be the furniture for the development of children libraries also in a different way. Why? Because the system of library is giving information to each and every person in the society. So in the way they are not discriminating with the age. When the adult or old age people go to the library, they can sit in table chair and use the table for reading books. Whereas children cannot go and sit on those tables and chairs. They feel uncomfort. For that reason, what the libraries should do, they will maintain some other type of furnitures, fittings. to make comfort for the children, like small chairs, small tables, all those things. And their reading materials are also different. If you put the pictographic books, CDs, 3D books, all those things will be encouraged for reading children in the libraries. Such material should be developed in the libraries. For that also, this RRLF is supporting. And assistance towards collection and compilation of library statistics through official and non-official agencies also. And it will compile what are the collection are there in our library, in other libraries. They will compile so that we can know what books are available in our state, city. Then the Public Libraries Department of RRLF. What are they? The activities of Public Libraries Department of RRLF follow. Opening of libraries. There are 1598 libraries in the state with enrollment of about 28.75 lakh members. New libraries are opened in rural public demand to place where population is more than 5,000. What they did, RRLF is supporting and encouraging to set up a new libraries. In that way, there were 1598 libraries in the state. Presently, what they're doing, where is in a rural area, more than 5,000 population is there, there must be one library. So in that way, they are encouraging and setting up the libraries in rural areas also. Then village libraries. Their extended support library services in villages. And the government appointed permission for open of 625 village libraries and functioning effectively. Villages also, there are 625 village libraries are there. They are functioning effectively by supporting RRLF. Mobile libraries. Mobile libraries are also one of the important libraries. Where there is a library, there is no libraries in rural areas. In those areas, these mobile libraries will go. People cannot come to the libraries where they are set up in the far away from the village. So what this RRLF is doing, they support and encourage the rural people. They are sending books through mobile libraries. They are supplying books through mobile libraries. And their RRLF is also issuing newsletter. That is quarterly magazine called Pottu Noga Chitti Madal. This is newsletter is publishing quarterly from RRLF. And RRLF assistance is also the Radharamana Federation, Kolkata, rendering matching assistance to all states in country and developing public libraries development. Maximum financial assistance has been availed by Foundation for the Library Movement in Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu government, Tamil Nadu is maximum utilize this RRLF funds that set up a good number of libraries and using the services like mobile services, collection of books in each and every field, taking support from the RRLF and develop maximum extent in Tamil Nadu. And RRLF is also encouraging towards civil service aspirants. If we keep books, general books in the library, public library, especially public library, only general people will come and read. If we want further encouragement to youth, we should, collection should be developed in the form of collecting competitive books for preparation of groups, RRB, BSRB, civil services, group 1, group 2. Like such material, if available in our library, definitely they will be encouraged. So this RRLF is supporting to collect such materials for civil services. They wanted to start a civil service study circles in the library. By that way, the young people will come, youth will come and read access those material in the library. And construction of library building. They will sanction non-matching grant for construction of new buildings also. Linkage with school. This is another type of encouragement of the RRLF. See, nowadays, in each and every school itself, schools, colleges, all those things, they're set up in one library. They're having their own library in their schools. But whereas the students may not go to the libraries. They may not be attend to the libraries and borrow the books. And there is no such habit developed in the students, in the readers. For that reason, what RRLF did, they adopted some schools, especially in rural areas. They adopted some schools and they are giving financial support to those schools. They are running those schools with their own finances, RRLF finances. And in those schools, they have attached libraries also. So those schools are run by these libraries. So definitely the influence of libraries more in those schools. So people will be encouraged to go to library compulsory, borrow the books, sitting in the library, reading the library. If you see, while preparing the syllabus timetable in any classroom, the first period, 1 hour for this English, second period, social, all those things. If a person or institution give certain time, this is library hour, for that hour, they must compulsory go to library and get the information from the library. And we can, one more thing, we can also encourage the people by putting some new methods, like during festivals or library weeks. We conduct some quiz programs in our library. We can call the students and conduct the quiz programs by giving some certificates, prize distribution. If we encourage in that manner, and if we ask by giving any title to a 5 members, those who will bring that book early, they will be stand first. The readers, the students, those who are already attended and having good command on that library and its collection, they immediately go and bring those books. So in that way, students will be encouraged and go to the libraries. So we have to see to encourage all the methods for coming to library. So it was linkage, RRLF is linkage to the schools also. Libraries will be linkage to schools also. And additional facilities for readers. What the additional facilities are given by RRLF? That photocopy machines. Photocopy machines, Xerox machines. They are giving funds to by purchase of photocopy machines also. Xerox facility. Sometimes what will happen in our library, all the books will not be issued outside. And all the readers may not be having find the time to sit in the library and read continuously. So they wanted to go outside and read the document in their free time. For such reasons, what they will do, they will ask for photocopy. And librarian cannot give all complete book document photocopied. So there is some rules, norms, corporate standards are there, legal aspects, legal barriers are there. So some of the contents pages given to the reader. You can take and go read at his free time. For that reason, RRLF is supporting to purchase Xerox machines, photocopy machines to the libraries. And other aspects are, besides being a funding body, the foundation also functioning a national agency for coordinating monitoring and developing of public library service in the country. These are all the services support are given by national and international organizations. Okay. Then now 11th unit, role of professional associations in India. What is the role of professional associations? See, organization, what organizations and associations? There is a difference. Take the example of any organization, any union, organization in any system, they will fight for the welfare of their employees. Is it not? In the same way, what the association will do, they will protect the interests of their co-professionals. They will support, they will encourage. So here the organizations, what will do, they will support officially by giving funds, technical support, all those things, and they will advise the government for the development of their subject field, like our library science. The take care will be given by organizations. And here is some associations. Associations also doing same thing, but the difference is there. They cannot give financial support. They may support by technically. Finances may not be given by these associations. So what are the professional associations in India? ILA, Indian Library Association. IASLIC, Indian Association of Special Library Information Centers. APLA, Andhra Pradesh Library Association. ALSG, Academy of Library Science and Documentation. TSLA, Telangana State Library Association. It is newly formed association in 2014. Okay. So all the organizations collectively action could always achieve better results than the action by single individuals or institutions. Whenever any organization, association collectively fight, collectively take interest, keen interest in the development of their subject, then it will be give success. No individual institution can develop any profession. Okay. The association promote library legislation, national network of libraries, resources and cooperation amongst libraries. What the association will do? Association promote library legislation. We need legislation. We are having legislation. The funds will be flow easily without any barriers. In the absence of legislation, we may get the funds, we may not get. So the work of library will start. And we do not have any idea whether in the absence of legislation, we may not be having any idea next year what will going to be happening. Whether we are going to purchase some books or not. We are able to pay the salaries or not next year. All the doubts will be raised in the absence of legislation. The legislation is there. Definitely, we can motivate it, encourage, and go for further development. So for that reason, these associations are supporting to get the legislation passed. And national network of libraries. National network, each and nation to state to district to local, all the libraries will be network. If the network is there in between these libraries, the resources and cooperation amongst libraries will be definitely there. What are the documents available in other library? Come to know. Because any document in books is not available in our library. Our reader wants this particular book, we can search. When we can search, if the library is connected with any network to other libraries. So all those things, the associations are supporting and encouraging these things. The associations are forming and exchanging of ideas, experience, and expertise amongst the professionals by conducting conference, workshops, seminars. What association is doing? To encourage, to exchange ideas, to share their experiences by meeting in a particular place where they will meet. They will conduct every year some seminars, some conference, workshops. In those seminars, in seminar conferences, many people, many professionals will publish their articles based on their experiences. What they will publish, if they published in the article, that will be a practical knowledge. In the practical field, what they gain, that experience should be presented in that paper. All the papers will be collected by the association, particular conference, in a particular conference, and they will sort out what are the really related burning topic, burning issue. Suggestions will compare what is the solution for that problem, who has written it in a good manner. That should be implemented. That paper will be awarded. So in that way, for that idea, they are conducting seminars, conferences, and workshops. They interact with the society and create library consequences amongst the public. And they promote study and research in library and intellectual field of active new ideas. What they are doing. They are coming to the library. Definitely, they are learning new things, and new things by that they are getting some ideas. With those ideas, they are developing the society. The library association in India that were established before the independence. The ELA was started before the independence, such as the first library association, Andhra Desha Library Association in 1914. The Andhra Desha Library Association, APLA, presently Andhra Pradesh Library Association was called as a Andhra Desha Library Association. Andhra Bandagara Sangam, what it was called, Andhra Bandagara Sangam, Andhra Desha Library Association in 1914. Then Punjab Association, many associations, Bengal Association were existing, Madras Library Association in 28, all those things. Okay? Indian Library Association, All India Public Library Association started with the attending efforts of Sri Ayyanki Venkatramaya. The person behind for establishment this IALA was Sri Ayyanki Venkatramaya. On 19 November 1919. On 19 November 1919, organized a series of conferences in different provisions of India, created library atmosphere in country, the prepared ground for the birth of Indian Library Association. In different international conferences, they come an idea to establish an Indian Library Association, like other associations. Okay. Then what are the objectives? And one more thing, 19 November 1919. It was the, every year we are, what we are doing, we are conducting national conferences to remembering the birth of ILA. They are conducting conferences in each and every state every year. The objectives, what their objectives are: development of library movement and improvement of library services in the country. The main objective of the ILA is to conduct library movement and developing library activities. Promotion of library science education, improvement of teaching facilities and accreditation of library schools. Promotion of library science education. What they are doing there? They wanted to promote the library education because it is related to library science. The ILA is related to library science. Definitely, they want to improve their libraries and their library education. And they want a creation of library schools. What are the library schools like? They're running CLSC code, BLSC, MLSC. What are the codes they are running in India? For them, they are giving accreditation to run those courses. Accreditation, authentication, whether this is full-fledged school or not. In that way, they are giving some accreditations. Promotion of bibliographical studies and research in library science. Promotion, they are giving promotion for bibliographic studies and research in library science. They want to, they are encouraging to ongoing research in library science also. Since other subjects are all developing fast, in the same way, our library science should also be encouraged. It should be encouraged by our ILA. Provision of common forum for exchange of ideas, experience, and expertise through holding conference meetings and seminars. And its other objective is to provision for common forum. There must be a common forum. They will meet in regular intervals and they will exchange their ideas, experiences, and they will share with others. They implement those ideas, expertise to development of libraries. Establishment of libraries, documentation centers, and assistance in their maintenance. And they are supporting, encouraging the establishment of new libraries, documentation centers. And they will support for maintenance also. And promotion of library legislation both at center and state. They want to support for passing the library legislation both in center and state. The legislation is there. Some of the states are not having legislation till today. For those libraries, they are supporting with their educational grant in their states. So for them also, ALA is fighting to get legislation passed. Working for betterment of status, salaries, and service conditions of the library person. So this is also very much important. If anybody wants to join a profession by chance or by choice, they join this profession, definitely they want their own status, and according to their qualifications designation, they want status, salaries, recognition in the society. So for that reason, what ILA is doing, they are fighting with pay commissions, with the government to give status. For example, in a school libraries, what the importance is given by the teacher, this importance should be given to the librarian as well. They will be equally treated on par with teachers. In universities, what they did, in universities also, a lecturer, assistant professor is there, who is a faculty member. On par with faculty members, this librarians, previously what the librarians were called assistant librarian, whereas the scale is same. The scale is also, they fought to the UGC and sanctioned the scales on par with teachers. UGC level, assistant librarian, now they are calling us assistant professor in library information science. Likewise, librarian will be called as a professor. So for all these reasons, the ILA and like our associations, organizations are fighting for the benefit of co-professionals. Okay. Then from the beginning, ILA has been lobbying with government, both at center and the state, for passing proper legislation for rapid development of libraries and library movement in the country. From the beginning, the ILA is fighting for library legislation and library movement for fast development of libraries. Okay. Then library education. The ILA failed for high and uniform standards in library education in different universities and other agencies in our country. throughout the various revolution positive conference and meetings, appeals the universities and organizations to setting up a new courses in the library science. What this libraries IL is doing, they are appealing to the government to set up a new library schools, and their syllabus should be prepared on par with the latest current trends, so as to meet the needs of the readers. It should not be continue the same old practice, same old syllabus. So in that way, they wanted to change according to the latest current trends. And the association has started continuing education programs for the benefit of professionals since 1986. They are conducting continuing education programs by attending continuously, by attending the correspondence courses in any way, by going to the library. Libraries also are some courses, seminars, all those things. There will be some continuation is there. So they are encouraging this continuous education programs also. Improvement of status of libraries. They wanted to improve the status of the libraries by giving importance to library staff. But the pay structure should be equally treated with other employees working in the government organization. And the conference and similar, they're regularly conducting the conference. The ILA holds All India Conference every year at different venues in the country. All India Conference will be held every year in different states. Okay, which are usually a university. The conference is in collaboration with the particular state university will be collaborate for conducting such ILA conferences. And a local body, association or institution of repute which are attended by different sections of the people. That conference will be not for limited to our library profession. It should be attended by different sections, different people. Other than library personnel also attend the conference. And that conference will be publicized whether that conference, where this conference is going to hold. So it should be given a wide publicity, and the state, those who are conducting in collaboration with ILA, they will take care of calling papers, all those activities for smooth conduct of that conference. And the papers are presented in this conference are current topics and matters of professional interest. What are the papers presented in any conference, any seminars? What are the papers presented by the subject field or other fields? Based on their experience, they will write and submit a paper. So, on those lines for topics, every day they will give some topics. Based on such topics, we have to write an article or paper and present it in the seminars or conferences. Those papers will be taken into consideration. They will go through all the papers, which is the best and which is most related and which is suggestible and advisable. That paper should be chosen, and that, if possible, they will implement their suggestions for the future development of libraries, and they also suggest the government to implement such programs. And discussions were held resolution which have far-reaching effective profession as a whole passed. National Library Week. See, on 14th November 1919 is a memorable day in the history of library movement in India. On that day, the first All India Library Conference was inaugurated in Gokhale Hall of Madras. First All India Library Conference. First library conference was held in Gokhale Hall of Madras. Gokhale Hall of Madras. On 14 November 1919. 19. And this 19 November 1919 was the birth of ILA. So first conference was held, and in that conference only, this Iyenki Venkatamaya and others discussed for setup of a permanent association such as Indian Library Association, decided, and then took birth, association birth. And 14 November, the first All India Library Conference was inaugurated. And every year, keeping in the mind on that day, what they do, they are conducting library week from 14 November to 20th November, weekdays. During these weekdays, they are encouraging the local or any people, those who are coming to our library, to make them reading habits. But awakening them, they are conducting book exhibitions. In those book exhibitions, what they are displaying all the books which are important, which are not touched so far. Those books are displayed in that exhibitions, so that readers will come and say, this book I have not read. So definitely I will read. So that they will note down the call numbers, all those things, details of the book. And afterwards, after completing that exhibition, they will go and consult those books. And one more thing, books, what libraries will do, librarians, intelligent library, what they do, if the books which are issued, lent, and that those books which are not written so far for many days, even sending several reminders. For such books, we wanted to take back from the readers. So in what we will do, actually, after due date, libraries are charging some overdue charges, not fine. Overdue charges, they are taking 50 paisa per day, likewise. So readers may afraid, if I go and return those books, I should pay a fine of rupees, overdue of rupees 20, 30, whatever it may be. They won't come to library and they will keep their book with them only. For such reasons, what librarians will do, they will announce that during this library week, those who wanted to return such old books, overdue books, we are not going to charge any overdue charges. Simply we return it. So in that way, what they will do, without paying any amount, you can return the book. And with that encouragement, the books will come to our library. These are some of the schemes and advantages of conducting this library week. And one more thing, we are not conducting the books, exhibiting the books during this library week. We are conducting some other programs also, like cultural programs, lectures, discussions, talks, expertise talks. All those things we are conducting during this week. In this way, we can motivate and encourage the readers to come to the library. Then interaction with government. ILA will submit a memorandum consisting of proposal for development of libraries during 7th 5-year plan for a period of to the Planning Commission for the consultation of its working group on modernization of library services and informatics. And ILA will submit a memorandum to the Pay Commission, stating that due to its modernization and latest technology, the library people may not be having latest knowledge to encourage, motivate, and train them. It should be mandated by including that program in 7th 5-year plan. They are submitted. And they are conducting international activities, they are involving in international activities. ILA is involving in international activities by attending seminars and conferences, by taking membership also. Okay. Then they are doing consultancy projects also. ILA started providing consultancy services to libraries from 1984. It first helped in technical processing of collection of Lal Bahadur National Academy of Administration, Mussoorie. What they will do, if any institution which is newly opened and that institution needs, especially such institutions, Mussoorie Administration, Police Academy, these are all the highest institutions, highest grade institutions. They set up, they need one library. For those libraries, they cannot appoint immediately any librarian and the purchase overnight that they won't, will not be classified catalog, all those things. For that reason, they will consult. This ILA is also started consultation, practice consultation, providing consultancy services. Based on that, they have taken the project and they prepared the classified catalog, all the books arranged and set up a library in the Mussoorie and given handed over to them. And the Indira Gandhi National Center for the Arts, New Delhi, they are processed this library also, Indira Gandhi National Center for the Arts, New Delhi. Okay. And the ILA is represented in Rajam Ram Library Foundation and is also participating in its programs and activities. ILA is also participating. What are the programs conducted by the RRLF? Then awards and prizes. ILA is giving awards and prizes also for the best in the field. ILA initiated P. Varghese Prize for the best article published in the ILA bulletins every year. Those who are published a article, best article, they will be given P. Varghese Prize. And it also established ILA, Vedanayaki Fellowship for the best qualified women student of BLISc course every year. The best student, those who qualified, who are top in BLISc course, especially for women, only for women. For them, they are awarding with Vedanayaki Fellowship. Also instituted the ILA Kaula Endowment Award for the best librarian in the country. The Aburi Shiali Research Award to be given in alternate years for the best published research effort in India. So these are all the awards and prizes. And publications. The ILA has good number of publications in credit both in English and in other Indian language. Some of the important works compiled, published by Director of Indian Libraries. This publication, Director of Indian Libraries. In Indian Libraries Directory, we can find where is a particular library is located, who is the librarian, where it was established, what is its collection, all those things will be available in those directories. And Director of Law and Periodicals in Asia, what are the periodicals published, approved periodicals, approved society, learned society periodicals published in Asia, that should be available in a particular directory. That is also they will publish. And Union Catalog of Periodical Holdings in South Asia Libraries. Union Catalog of Periodical Published Holdings. What are the periodicals? See, if any research is going on, they should depend on current topics, current articles. And they may not be knowing, might not be knowing which article is published in which journal and where. If he wants any particular article, where he can find. For all that reasons, you have to go through the journals. For according to his choice, his particular, if you want any particular article, where it is available, you will be knowing only by consultation by these directories, by these union catalogs. What union catalogs will do, they will collect all the holdings of different libraries. Take the example of Hyderabad, Secunderabad, India, even for Asia, world, they prepared one catalog in one sequence. this journal is published and so. According to alphabet order, they will indexed in that union catalog. If you want any title, if you know any title of the journal, you can search that and get the journal where it is available. We can write a letter to that person. We can ask by telephone whatever maybe. They will provide such information. That is the main objective of the union catalog. Okay. It is 12. Shall we take some break now? 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes break. Then we will join. Okay.
Class finished. What happened?
Break is there.
How much time?
10 minutes or 5 minutes.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Now, Indian Association of Special Libraries and Information Centers, ISLIC. There are many associations in the field of library science, especially for public libraries. RRLF is supporting, and this organization UNESCO is also supporting public libraries as well as special university and national libraries. In the field of special libraries, the word special libraries specialty is there. It deals with a particular group of people, those who are working for a common goal. Those people wants to set up their own association. In other libraries, there are common features, common interests. Here, the special library, setting up the special library's main reason is to protect their special interest. In those lines, they want to set up a special library. In India, this special library setup is called as ASLIC. Whereas in international level, ASLIC, Association of Library Information Centers, they are formed in UK. In India, ASLIC is there. Our R&D activities increased many field in right carried after independence. R&D institutions are day by day they are producing, and information is exposing day by day in many ways. These activities assumed great importance in the national development programs and in progress of our country and envisaged by our successive 5-year plans. So these R&D institutions, the publications of R&D institutions need a separate collection. That is the reason to established this association. On account of the interest efforts of 3 eminent librarians of Calcutta, namely Sri A.K. Mukherjee, Shah, and G.B. Ghosh, the Indian Association of Special Library Information Centers was formed on 3rd September 1955. This association is formed on 3rd September 1955 on the lines of ASLIB and SLA of Great Britain and USA. In USA also, a special library association is there. On those lines, this library was set up in the year 1955. Okay. The main objectives, what are the objectives of this ASLIC is to encourage and promote the systematic acquisition, organization, and dissemination of knowledge. To encourage and promote systematic acquisition. The acquisition policy is different in different libraries. In public libraries, the acquisition policy, like the selection of books, are common. In public libraries, many fields, the people from different areas, different fields will come together and sit and read the books. For them, the librarian has to select the books in different manner. Whereas in the university, according to the needs of the university subjects, what university is teaching, what are the departments, what are the faculties are there in that university. Based on that requirements, needs, the books will be selected. Whereas in the special libraries, the subject matter is different. To take the example of IICT, Indian Institute of Chemical Technology. The main focus is on chemical technology. The 10 scientists will work for the development research on chemical technology. For them, the libraries has to support by providing special type of material on chemical technology. So in that way, they need to acquire such material and organization and dissemination of knowledge. It should be organized in such a way, it should be access at any time, at any moment. Then to improve the quality of library information services and documentation work. And to improve the quality of library, what they will do, what the association support, improve the quality of services. Services are different. Okay, there will be a manual, automated, digital, in different ways. In the timings, whereas the special library timings are differ from other libraries. They may work for 24 hours. The library will keep open for 24 hours. Scientists may continue their research during night hours also. Whenever they find any doubts, immediately they will go to the library and search the information. For that reason, the services also differ in these libraries. And to coordinate the activities of and to foster mutual cooperation and assistance among special libraries, scientific, technological, and research institutions, learned societies, commercial organizations, R&D organizations. These are all the different types of special libraries are there in different fields. So they will cooperate each and every organization. In chemical technology, what will do? The journals. If you want to subscribe in a journal, in a particular journal, if you take any ASH package, it's related to chemical technology. That package is cost about 1.5 lakhs. For that reason, what they are doing, they are sharing that information from one library to another library, but taking the permission of ASH. What they will do, they will purchase at one place, ASH, that will be referred by other libraries, other pharmaceutical library. So, the same way, this chemical technology library will also refer the journals which are subscribed by other pharmaceutical library. In that way, in the mutual understanding, cooperation, they can save their money, time, all those things. So, for that reason, this association will help. To serve as a field of active contact for library information, documents, centers, scientists, research workers, specialists, and other having common interest. Those who are having same common interest, they will come together and discuss those related matters and implement them in libraries. To act as a center of research in special librarianship and documentation techniques, and to act as a center of information in scientific and technical and other fields. Then organization structure. There are 5 categories of membership. There will be an association. In every association, there will be members. For what are the members? Who will be the president? Who will be the general secretary? What are the bylaws, rules? All those things will be set up by the association. If they set up and give that memorandum to a registrar, they will permit, they will register under the registration of association. They will be recognized and you will give a register number for those associations. Here there are 5 categories of membership that are honorary members conferred on very distinguished scientists and library information scientists. Honorary members will be from distinguished scientists, highest grade of scientists and librarians, library scientists. Life membership, life members will be there. Ordinary members, institutional, non-profit and profit institutions which are doing their services for profit and non-profit, non-government organizations. Those institutions also become a member of this association. The general body elects the council. The council is policy-making body. The general body will be elect their council. And that council will look after making policies, decisions. Based on that, that association will go forward. And then activities. What are the activities? In every, see, we are, from the beginning, we are learning that each and every organization association, they are conducting conferences and seminars. In that conferences and seminars, what they are doing, they are exchanging their ideas, views, by discussing personally, in oral way, on all the ways they are developing their knowledge. They are improving their knowledge. Besides these regular conference seminars, special seminars and workshops are also organized as collaboration with other professional and research organizations. Not only regular seminars, they are conducting workshops and conferences. In workshop, they will learn practically what the library is doing, what are the activities are going in library, and the librarians, those who may not having current developments and trends in their field, they can learn by attending this workshop by hands-on practice. Then professional development. What ISDIC is doing? In the late 50s, introduced a foreign language training courses for librarians and scientists. And in 1961, post BLSC level diploma course in special librarianship, 1 year duration, was launched. However, the various operational problems, these programs were abandoned. What they are doing for professional development. See, special libraries, they wanted to motivate and develop their professionalism by improving their skills. While doing their job, they wanted to improve their skills to perform in a good manner. For that reason, what they are doing, they are conducting foreign language training programs. In the special libraries, they must need to learn any one of the foreign language. Why? Because in R&D organizations, we subscribe the journals from different countries, not only from India, from non-English, non-Indian language countries we are buying. So for that, materials, they are sending their manuals, catalogs, whatever it be, in their own language. If you take the example of Russian language, in R&D institution, any missionary brought from Russian, German, or any Italy, whatever it may be. If they send their missionary to our country, the literature will be printed on their own language. That language, we may not be knowing, our scientists. So what they will do, they will send to that literature to the library. The librarian will search who will be the translators for that particular language. They will send and translate the literature and give it to the scientist. For that reason, what the special library is doing, ISDIC is helping to conduct such courses to train the staff in a particular foreign language, so that it will be easy to the library person to translate in-house instead of going outside, paying money, all those things. That is one reason. And they are conducting special course, BLSC course for 1 year, special librarianship. Due to some reasons, that was abandoned. Okay. Then they are giving training. Some of the courses recently organized are indexing systems, topography, conservation and preservation of books and manuscripts, management techniques in library and information science, the computer applications. Also conducted short-term training workshops for the benefit of professionals at different places. Not only this, they're conducting in some short-term courses like indexing system, how to index a document, and reprography. There are many techniques for reprography. It is not easy to take a Xerox copy. It may be different. It should be reduce the size, enlarge the size, back and back, different ways. Different techniques are there in reprography. For those common people, those who are working library may not have the knowledge. For that reason, they are giving some training programs in their particular courses. Conservation and preservation of books and manuscripts. This is also very important in special conservation and preservation. So they need special attention for preservation of books and materials. Okay. Then management techniques, service, all those things. And the computer applications are also very much important. And there will be a study circles. Several enthusiastic members of Calcutta initiated the programs on February 14, 1965 to provide a forum for discussion and exchange of views on professional matters. Study circles. They formed a study circles. Special Library Association is formed a study circle. What they will do, that study circles, those who are in a particular subject, in a common goal, they will come to sit together and discuss on those subjects, and that come out will be suggested to the libraries. That libraries will ultimately provide access to the scientists. And the publications, ISLIC has a publishing ISLIC Bulletin. ISLIC Bulletin is published from 1956. It is a quarterly official origin. And then Indian Library Science Abstract, ILSA, from 1967, it is annual publication. ISLIC Newsletter, it's a monthly. These are all the publications of ISLIC. Okay, this is ISLIC Association. Then Andhra Pradesh Library Association, APLA. The social reform movement of Veerashalingam and Vande Mataram movement gripped and saved Andhra Desha, helped create interest in our people about their mother tongue. APLA, Andhra Pradesh Library Association, is formed to keep the interest of Telugu language people. So in those lines, they wanted to start a separate association. There is APLA. First conference of the library organizations. With the background obtaining in the state, a conference of library organizations of Andhra Desha was convened and held for the first time by Sri Suri Venkata Narasimha and Ayyanki Venkatramaya under the auspices of Rammohan Free Library at Bezawada. Now it is called as a Vijayawada. On 10th April 1914, the first conference was held. Okay. About 200 delegates from all over Andhra Desha, including Hyderabad state, attended this first conference. The main objectives of this conference, the main aim of association at the beginning was promote of libraries and library movements. What they did, they wanted to go to the rural villages, encourage the people to go and learn something in the libraries. For that reason, they encouraged libraries and library movement. And cultural renaissance and political awakening only. The professional side of the activities of the association was not succeeded. But after the forming of new constitution of association in 1960, the objectives were identified some extent to lend professional character to the association. Okay? And the establishment and maintenance of libraries, social yatras and exhibitions and publications. What they did afterwards, they thought that this movement will not be worked out. So they are concentrating. They are concentrating on Praja Yatras, like Ramadandu. What they did, they used to go and put some posters in 6 groups they formed. First week, group will go and put some posters. Next to go to talk to elders of the villages. And they will conduct lectures and then 9-10 groups, and they will go through musical this thing. All the programs will be organized in a systematic way. in by forming 6 groups. So in that way, they encourage the rural people to attend and access the material of the library. Not only that, they used to conduct oral programs, like they will display audiovisual materials. They used to conduct adult education programs in rural areas. So all this has been done by library, IAP, LA. Then organization structure. The association was originally registered under the name of Andhra Desha Library Association on July 14, 1918. Later, it was again registered in 1958 under the name of Andhra Pradesh Library Association. But first was Andhra Desha Library Association. Andhra Desha Library Association and called Andhra Desha Grantha Bhandagara Sangam. Andhra Desha Grantha Bhandagara Sangam, Andhra Desha Library Association. It was renamed in 1958 as under the name of Andhra Pradesh Library Association. Presently, it is called as Andhra Pradesh Library Association, APLA. Okay. According to latest provision of the Constitution of Association, its organization consists of general body and executive council. In each and every association or organization, there will be a general body and executive council. Council of members will be there. For some time in the beginning, there were 2 divisions in association, namely the field workers division and the literary division. Field workers division and literary division. The 2 divisions were there. The field workers were devoted band to voluntary workers that carried the message of library to the rural areas, like this tours, library tours by pilgrims, like Ramadan, to those people who used to go to the rural areas and they will discuss with the elders. Okay, and the literary field workers later formed a separate association, namely Andhra Desha Library Field Workers Association in 1934, and it is still working for the cause of library movement in the state. Still, this workers association is working for the cause of library movement in the state. Then activities, promotion of library movement. They will actively participating in the library movement for the promotion and development of library activities, library legislation and recognition to government. This association is strongly supporting to get passed this bill for library legislation. In 1955, Hyderabad Public Library was there. Before that, the Andhra Pradesh Public Libraries Act of 1960 by the merge of Madras Public Library Act 1948. This 1948 Madras Act and 1958 Andhra Pradesh Public Library Act both together merged, and Hyderabad Public Library Act 1955 also ceased. So again, what they did, they submitted a separate, drafted a separate bill and submitted to the government and passed and implemented from the year 1960 as a Library Act of Andhra Pradesh. Andhra Pradesh Public Library Act 1960. And library education. What association supporting APLS took up the responsibility of conducting training courses in librarianship from 1920 onwards. At the beginning, it used to conduct 2 courses. What association is made in the beginning? They wanted to conduct a librarianship courses. Like in 1920 only, they want to conduct 2 courses. One is Granthalaya Praveshika, an introductory course of 30 days duration. Granthalaya Praveshika. That course is conducted. And that is for 6 months course. And it is an introductory course. Means just introduction, how the library will organize, how the functions will be going on. Only introductory course will be there. In second, Granthalaya Praveshika, a professional course for 3 months. And another course, Granthalaya Praveshika, is conducting organized. The duration of this course was 3 months. In that course, what they used to taught, the lessons, library organization, library administration, special libraries, history of Telugu literature, and social sciences. These are all the subjects are taught in that Granthalaya Praveshika for 3 months duration course. But after 1966, with the recognition of government, it shared conducting a certificate course in library science. Government has accredited and certified in the year 1966 this course. After certifying that course, the Granthalaya Praveshika is stopped and they started the course calling as certificate course in library science, certificate course in library science, CLSC. That was started in 1966 in Telugu medium. Okay. Recently, it has got the permission from the government to conduct this course in English medium also. Recently, what they did, the government is did, they were given permission to run a course in English also. And in this course, what were the subjects approved? That library organization, library administration, reference service, bibliography. Here, reference service and bibliography is a new course, new subject. And book selection, classification, cataloging. Taught. Classification, cataloging, reference and bibliography service are in this CLSC course. And leaders of library movement and eminent people in the field of this association, who are the leaders, eminent persons are come together and they started giving audiovisual material, supplying audiovisual material to the villages and conducting adult education programs. And night schools in the rural areas. Those are coming after the workplace. We used to attend this night classes and the adult education programs. They are included with adult education programs. These are all looked after by this APLA. And the schools of library science at Vijayawada is now named as Paturi Nagabhushanam Granthalaya Shikshanaalayam. Paturi Nagabhushanam Granthalaya Shikshanaalayam. And conferences. It was conducted many conferences in different places. And the association is also fighting for intellectual freedom. Intellectual freedom. Why? Because during Nizam's government, the government was passed the restrictions in the form of Gasti Nishan against the establishment of library. The order was passed by the Nizam government, Gasti Nishan, stating that there will be no new library should be established in AP. So this association is fought against this order. Even in the Andhra region, when the Madras government prescribed the famous social movement, Malapalli, Sriyut Unna Lakshmi Narayana, the association strongly reacted to this punitive activity, passing a resolution condemning the hasty decision of the government. And the major role to go against this Gasti Nishan by publishing articles in Golconda Patrika. The Patrika was influenced by going against this order and publishing articles against the order. The people are aware, come together and started agitation against this order. Finally, they started establishing libraries by abolishing this Gasti Nishan. Then association, what are the publications of association? The association of good record of publications in Telugu language, both in professional literature and otherwise. This association is publishing mainly Granthalaya Sarvasvam. First it was publishing quarterly. Due to some reasons, for one and a half year, that was not published Granthalaya Sarvasvam. Afterwards, it is publishing monthly in Telugu language regularly till now present day. And then Academy of Library Science and Documentation, ALSD. ALSD is set up on the auspicious Ugadi Day in the year 1965, established in Hyderabad. The Association Academy established and some enthusiastic, devoted library workers, friends of library and librarians in Hyderabad city keenly felt the need of forum of their own to meet at one place for exchange of ideas and opinions. This association was formed. The main objectives of this academy to provide a rallying point and a common platform for the library workers and scientists in the field to meet and exchange their views and to work for the improvement of their professional standards. To improve their professional standards and to meet at a common place, a common goal, a place. So this association has started. To promote advanced studies and research in the fields of library and information science and documentation. To promote library and information science and documentation, they are conducting training classes, publishing professional literatures, high standard, and establishing a library for the academy. In a high standard manner, they are supporting, encouraging, and publishing the professional literature. To make available technical expertise and specialist services for consultancy on request to various institutions and individuals. What they are doing, like ISLIC also, they are, this ALSA also helping, and they started consultancy services. Take the example of NMIH, National Institute of Mentally Handicapped. That library was supported and set up by ALSD. They are given consultancy services, provided technical support to them for setting up of the library. So cooperate wholeheartedly with other sister organizations working in the same field and betterment of library services in the country. Then organization structure. The present total membership of academy is about 450 from different parts of the country. 450 members, live members are there in different parts of the country. Live membership and roles are 71. The general body elects the managing committee and a president for a term of 2 years. For every 2 years, there will be a general body meeting. In that general body, the members will be elect one president. Okay. Then managing committee may various subcommittees as and when necessary to implement the programs of the academy. The president usually nominates the office bearers. 3 vice president, 1 general secretary, 1 joint secretary, 1 treasurer will be appointed by the president. They will run the academy. And the activities of the academy is, in order to implement their declared objectives, the academy conducts seminars, symposiums, and pollings, etc. from time to time. And they conducted many conferences and seminars, national and international seminars they conducted in Hyderabad. And they are conducting training programs and refresher courses. They are conducting short-term refresher courses, workshops, and conducting training programs for the development, for the betterment of library personnels working in the libraries. And then Telangana Library Association, DSC. Telangana Library Association, in state of Telangana in 2014. This association was 25th state association in 29 states of India. Out of 29 states in India, this is the 25th state association in Telangana. and formed in the year 2014 after bifurcating from Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. This was formed, inaugurated on the eve of Libraries on 122nd birthday of Dr. S.R. Ranganathan, father of Library Information Commission, on 9th August 2014. On 9th August 2014, during the 22nd birthday celebrations of Dr. S.R. Ranganathan. Innovation, the chief guest was
Please mute Nandini.
Professor M. Kodanda from J1 Jack, inaugurated as in Conference Hall, City Central Library, Hyderabad. The organization structure. In the lines of ALSG, this is also having the present total membership of the Telangana Library Association Academy is about 300 members from different parts of the country. The live membership on the rolls is 289. The general body elects the managing committee and the president for a term of 2 years. In the lines of ALSG, this is also same. The management committee will constitute various subcommittees as and when necessary to implement the programs of the academy. The president usually nominates the office bearers, vice president 3, general secretary 1, joint secretary 1, treasurer 1, and conference and seminars. Since its inception, TSLA has been organized many conferences and seminars, workshops, and symposiums to promote professional awareness of members and library professionals across the country. The conferences, seminars, workshops, and symposiums are sponsored by various agencies like government departments, educational and research institutions, and public private universities. By support of this government, public, private institutions, organizations, they have conducted many seminars, conference, workshops in different parts of the country. And it was organized 10 national level and state level seminars by TSLA. Organized 7 national level conferences, 8 state level conferences by TSLA. Organized 3 national level workshops. Organized 2 one-day symposiums. Organized 5 extension lectures by eminent professionals in the field of LIS from the India and abroad. Not even the experts come from India to deliver the lecture, even from abroad also, they are called and conducted workshop, training, symposiums. The objects to promote and development of all types of libraries in the state of Telangana. To develop programs for capacity building and development skills of library, information and professional in Telangana. To establish libraries in each and every village in Telangana. They are supporting in many ways, like 11 objectives are there, promoting the technology in libraries for providing quality access to information and knowledge also. These are all the associations of India. Like role of professional associations in other countries other than India. What are they? They are ALA, LA, SILIP, ASLIP, ALA Association of American Library Association, then Library Association UK, SILIP, then ASLIP. Based here also, same thing. The American Library Association, the oldest and largest in the world. This association was oldest and largest. It was established on 5th October 1876 by Melville Davis, and who was the author of Dewey Decimal Classification. And he was started in the first school of library science in the world, Melville Davis, in the year 1876. So the mission of American Library Association is to provide leadership for the development, promotion and improvement of library and information service and profession of librarianship in order to enable living, ensure access to information for all. What is the main mission of this association is to give free access to each and everyone in society. For that reason, this association was formed. what they are doing? ALA is committed to extending and expanding library services in America and around the world. What it is doing? They are expanding the library services, not only in America, but also throughout the world. They are extending the services and activities. All types of libraries, academic, public, and schools and specialists. They are related, they are supporting to each and every library, which includes types of libraries like academic, public, school, and special libraries. All the librarians, library staff, and sisters or other individuals and groups working to improve library service. At open, inclusive, and collaborative evaluations, ethics, profession, and integrity, excellence and innovations, intellectual freedom, special responsibility, and public good. Its vision is attending all these points to encourage and develop, motivate for the development of library and information science and its services to all the people in society. And it is also an organization structure. What is it? It has a liberal policy of administering both professional and lay members into its fold without any geographical barriers. There are 4 types of memberships: personal, charter, organization, and special. Here is the 4 types of memberships are there in ALA. Anyone, any person can take the membership. Any charter can have, institution can have, any organization and any special levels can take membership in ALA. The 3 important organs of ALA organizations are the general body, the council, and the executive board. In other associations, only general body and executive council will be there. Yes, general executive board is also there separately extended their services. The headquarters of ALA is situated in Chicago. The library journal serves the ALA as an official organ till 1906. ALA bulletin had succeeded it. With the turn was succeeded by American librarians in 1970. Presently, American librarians publishing the journal from 1970, and it is publishing all the related programs, results, outcomes of the ALA. Then advocacy for libraries and professionals. ALA actively works to increase public awareness of crucial value of libraries and librarians. And education and lifelong learning. ALA provides opportunities for professional development and education for all library staff, members, and trustees. It promotes continuous lifelong learning for all people through library and information services for every type. What are the people related to other types? This ALA is supporting its library professionals, librarians, library staff to lifelong learning and to encourage to go further in this field. Intellectual freedom. Intellectual freedom is basic right of democratic society and core value of library profession. ALA actively defends the privacy and right of library users to read, seek information, and speak freely as guaranteed by the First Amendment. Here, that ALA actively defends the privacy and right to library access to users to read, seek information, and speak freely. It will safeguard the privacy, protect the rights of the author. At the same time, it will encourage the free flow of information and free access the library services information to each and everybody in the society. Then Library Association of London. Library Association. It is also the oldest. It was formed in the year on 5th October 1877. The ALA was found 6th October 1876. LA was found on 5th October 1877. And it is also biggest and oldest library association in the world. And this organizational structure, the membership of ALA open to all persons and institutions of the world. There is no restriction. Those who want to take membership or life membership or any membership, they can take a membership from LA. Not only individuals, but they are encouraging institutions also to get their memberships. And surveys and legislations. They are also keen interested for conducting surveys and getting the legislation passed in their country. It is strongly supported and get passed the legislation in UK. And they are supported for library education also. LA took up the education and training of librarians as early as 1880 with its own syllabus and library schools. What did in 1880 also? Year on itself, they started library science courses, and the syllabus were prepared by their own, and they started their own library schools. The Association of the Library Association ALA and Fellowship of Library Association FLA, they are conducting assistance to Commonwealth countries. The Library Association is not only supporting to UK, but also they're supporting it for Commonwealth Association also. And this association is advised to British government and consultancy service. They are providing different services, consultancy services, and advising the British government regarding the development of libraries in UK. And every year they're conducting centenary celebrations. The centenary celebrations of ILA were conducted in London from 3rd to 6th October in 1977. Centenary celebrations were conducted during 3rd to 6th October 1977, since it was instituted on 6th October 1877. And on the eve of that, Queen of England agreed to be patron of the association. During that eve, the Queen was agreed to be a patron of that centenary celebrations. And the important publications and medals. The important books were published like History of Public Libraries in Great Britain, 1945. From Prince to Pleasure in Reading, then Walford Guide to Reference Materials, Anglo-American Catalan Rules 1 and 2, 1967, 78, 88, 86 revision, 98 revision. This Anglo-American Catalan Rules, AACR 1, AACR 2, AACR 1, AACR 2, and AACR 2 are presently from 1988, revised edition was published, Anglo-American Catalan Rules. Based on that, the catalog cards are prepared. Okay, and that was given by IFLA. ISBDs and ISBDs. This AACR is prepared and they are supporting. The Association Yearbook, History of the Library Association, 1987, then 1977, W.M. Munford. And some periodicals also, they are publishing Applied Social Science, Index and Abstracts, Library Association Records, British Technology Index, Library and Information Science, British Humanities Index, Journal of Librarianship, Current Research in Library and Information Science. These are all the publications published by libraries. Okay. Then SILIP, Chartered Institute of Library and Information Professional. The Chartered Institute of Library and Information Professional is the leading professional body of library and information science professionals in UK. Came into existence in the year 2002 with the merger of Else Library Association UK and Institute of Information Science. Institute of Information Science provide practical support to members throughout their careers. SILIP is supporting doing specialized services, specialized support to the persons related to library science field in UK. And its objectives are set, maintain, monitor, and promote standards of excellence in the creation, management, explanation, and sharing of information and knowledge resources. These are all some of the specialized features. These are the features focused by SILIP. Support the principles of equality of access to information, ideas and works of the immigration, which is awareness in fundamentals to a thriving economy, democracy, culture, and civilization, and to enable the members to achieve and maintain the higher professional standards. For all these objectives, this SILIP is supporting. And the SILIP is giving education and training programs by conducting conference, seminars, regular conferences, seminars, workshop, symposiums, all those things. It is conducting. And the this SILIP is also publishing, brings out SILIP Update magazine. It published in print and digital formats. Monthly using state-of-the-art page turning technology, the digital edition has live web links and it's available. Create to update print publication date. What they are doing, a digital document which is publishing and putting it in web, and the print publication which will not be available in the market. Before that, the digital document will be available on net itself. Prior to that, they are publishing on net. And ASLIP, Association of Information Management, ASLIP is also related to special libraries in UK. In the same lines, ASLIP also established. And objectives, the objectives was concerned towards special library professional, and they focus on special activities and activities, online information, retrieval methods and systems, and they will concentrate, they serve as information library automation, and then networking, including local area networks, software for libraries and information retrieval applications, and modern library information resources management. They are concentrating on this information services. And they are regularly conducting this conference and seminars also. And professional development programs also, they are conducting, as we is conducting on professional development programs. And some of the publications are Journal of Documentation, ASLIP Book List, ASLIP Proceedings, ASLIP Sponsored Seminars and Conference, ASLIP Information, Programs Automated Library Information System, then forthcoming international scientific and technical conferences, ASLIP newsletter, program news of computers in libraries, current awareness bulletin, online note, technical translation bulletin, index to thesis. These are all the publications of ASLIP. Okay. This is the end of this 12th unit. Okay. Any doubts? Hello?
Important questions, sir.
The model question paper is that time is 1 hour, maximum marks 20. That is instructions to the candidate. Answer any 5 of the following short note questions. And B, each question carries 4 marks. Number 1, monastic libraries. 2, information society. 3, profession versus occupation. 4, book mobiles. 5, library says. 6, legal deposit. 7, suo motu disclosures. 8, RLF. Out of these 8 questions, you have to attend to give any 5 answers out of this 8. Okay? That was 20. Maximum marks are 20 for this part, section A. Then section B, answer all the following questions. Each question carries 12 marks. Explain these marks are 60. Okay? Explain the various roles of library in society. What are the roles of this society, libraries in the society? Or library is an instrument of social change. Discuss. Then 2, list out the 5 laws of library science propounded by Dr. S.R. Rangadharan and discuss the implication of the second law. See, every time there must be one question from 5 laws of library science. So all the topics, all the units are very much important, especially this 5 laws of library science. Five laws of library science. And they will ask to focus on any law, whether it's first, second, third, or fourth, fifth, whatever it may be. One big question. Okay? Then write about UNESCO Public Library Manifesto. Third, discuss the importance of library education and training for the library profession. Or briefly explain the development of libraries in ancient and medieval periods. You have to explain what were the positions of the libraries during this medieval and ancient period. Okay? Write an essay on Library of Congress or what is library legislation, discuss the need, purpose, and functions. It's very simple. Library legislation, how it was started first was in 1945, that Library Act was passed in Kolhapur. That 1945 was not considered. Then afterwards, first Library Act was passed in March 1948. Afterwards, it was passed 45 seized and Hyderabad Library Act 1955 also seized. Okay. And without financial support, nobody can run the libraries. There is a library, all the purpose, functions should be mentioned in the question. What is IFLA? Discuss briefly its objectives, organization, structure, and activities. You have to give details of the IFLA. What was its aims, objectives. Just now we were discussing about IFLA. Okay. And or the role played by the ILA for the promotion of library movement in India. How it was supported for the movement. Every organization is supporting for library movement in their country, in their state. So ILA also supported for the movement, library movement in India, in different states. So you have to explain all those things in the answer. Then C, section C, match the following. Match the following. That is for 20 marks. You have to give the headquarters of ASLIB, Paris, London, New York, The Hague. Which law of library science implies weeding out of books, libraries? First law, third law, second law, fifth law. Which one is oldest library association in the world? ALA, LA, ILA, British. Just now we read. ALA was the oldest. Okay. Who is one of the founder of Indian Library Association? D.N. Marshall, P.N. Kaula, D.S. Keshwan, Dr. S.R. Ranganathan. Okay. RRLF stands for Raja Rammohn Rai Library Foundation, Rajaji Raghupati Library Foundation, Ranganathan Reference Library, Rajasthan Reference Library. It is Raja Rammohn Rai Library Foundation, RRLF means. It is the correct answer. Okay. MARC refers to Mission Readable Catalog and Mission Random Catalog, Mission Library Catalog, Mission Record Catalog. It is not all those things. Only Mission Readable Catalog is correct. Just now we read. Okay. FID, just now read MARC. What is MARC? National Library of India is located in Kolkata. The options are New Delhi, Kolkata, Chennai, Hyderabad. It is in Kolkata. 5 laws of library license were enacted in the year 1928, 32, 41, 1935. These are all the options. Okay. And IFLA headquarters at London, New York, Hague, New Delhi. It is Hague. Now, 4th law of library license is books are for use. Every book is a reader. Save the time of reader. Library is a growing up. It just save the time of the reader. These are all the. And the fill in the blanks. 4, 5 fill in the blanks and match the following. 5 match the following options are there. Okay. This is the model question paper for your paper 1, library and society. Okay.
Sir,